Hello, everybody. This is Dan Bigman. I am your GPR professor from LearnGPR.com and president of Bigman Geophysical. We're a company that is here to support engineers, contractors, environmental professionals, and other folks that are working in the remote sensing and non-destructive testing space. And I just got through with a virtual training for a group that's abroad. We started early for me, late for them. Nonetheless, we made it happen. And this particular group was interested in subsurface utility mapping specifically, and really subsurface pipe mapping and then pipe inspections. They actually install pipes, gas lines, pipelines in Asia, and they had a question, which was when they install the pipe or the pipeline, they put a marker above the pipe itself, right? They'll install the pipe, they will cover it over some, and then they'll install a marker on top of it that would indicate when you're excavating down, right, that you're about to hit a gas line, so slow down or stop. And their question to me, which was a great question, a very valid question, was, will the GPR get a reflection off the marker and then get a reflection off of the pipe? Or will it not get a reflection off the marker? Or will it only get a reflection off the marker, right? Like basically, what's the influence of the marker on your ability as a locator to identify the pipe that you're searching for? And so this is a great question. And so here's sort of my answer, because there are a couple pieces here. It's not sort of a definitive answer. Really, it's going to depend. And it's going to depend what the marker is made out of. And so if you just have a thin plastic, real thin plastic marker that's laid into the trench after the pipe has been covered over a little bit, then the marker gets covered over. That marker should have little to no effect on your GPR wave. I mean, it's going to depend, obviously, could have some influence if it's a really high frequency, I guess, if there's some air in there. But ultimately, it's going to be a little, to no effect from that plastic tape or something like that that's in there. However, if you do what these folks did, which is they basically put concrete blocks, small concrete blocks, but nonetheless, into the trench and then lay the tape on top of the concrete blocks, you'll likely see the concrete squares, really is what it is, concrete squares above the pipe. Now, you might see those squares and then see the pipe. You might get a little response off the squares if the concrete and the soil, maybe it's dry concrete squares and then really dry sand. If there's not a lot of contrast, there may be little or, minimal effect from those, although you probably get some sort of subtle response from those, and then you may get a response off of the pipe. So that's another potential case. Or if you have like a metal strip above that pipe in that trench as a marker, you might get a response off of, well, you should get a response off that metal strip, and you may not see below it, right? So if that's the case, you may not even see the pipe below it if all your energy is being reflected off of a metal strip, if that's what your marker is made out of. So there's a lot of different scenarios here. Just kind of talking through this with them, I thought it would be worthwhile to share with everybody else. I started to think to myself, after a rain, if you have a plastic marker, it might capture some of the water after the water's percolated everywhere else through the soil, but might pool on this plastic, impermeable tape, and that may be the source of a contrast. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking out loud. What are your thoughts? Tell me if you've ever encountered this. Tell me, in the comments below. Feel free to tell me and the rest of the community. Everyone's here to sort of learn what your experience has been. Tell me if you think I'm, that this was helpful, or tell me if you think I'm wrong and, I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, hope everything is good. Hope everyone's safe and well. I appreciate you always listening to the and watching the videos. And I appreciate everybody who's out there trying to continue to get educated. I try to get educated all the time. I try to make it a sort of daily, certainly a weekly habit. It flows though. And I try to learn from our students. I try to learn from our customers, and I try to learn from mentors myself who've been in the different fields that non-destructive testing and remote sensing and geophysics is used in. we partner with some great folks out there, Ron Peterson, for example, and I try to sit in on his classes as many times as I can, because everyone sort of has knowledge and everybody has different experience. So hope this was helpful. Leave a comment below about your experience with markers above pipes, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thanks.